Hi, this is Vicki with the Paper Connection. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I am bringing you a fun cold. Fun cold? No, that's what I've had. I'm bringing you a fun fold. Oh my goodness. It's such a cute card, and it just opens up from the top. It says, "So glad to have you in my life," and it has a band that flips over. And it secures in place with a little bit of a glue dot, and it just opens up pretty easily. There's not much room in there for writing anything, but if you flip it over, I've provided room on the back that if you wanted to write a letter to somebody that you could. So beautiful paper. I think I said in my past video, when this suite came out for fall, I just was not sold. I was just not really sure about these colors, but I gotta tell you, I am loving these colors, and I'm having so much fun designing with them. The stamp set I'm using today is Gather Together, and I purchased it as a bundle, and so it comes with the dies as well. So without further ado, let's get started playing. Okay, I've got all my pieces together, and I've brought in some scrap paper, and we're just going to go ahead and get our stamping done, and then we will assemble our card together. All right, so we're going to use Pretty Peacock, and we're going to stamp Gather Together right here on the band. Then I'm going to use Cajun Craze, and I'm going to bring in some scrap paper, and I'm going to just stamp my pumpkin there. All right, so I'm just going to ink up that pumpkin, and then I'm just going to wipe it off with my finger, which I should probably use a Q-tip or something, but I didn't. So, and then I'm going to take my, I believe this is soft suede, and I'm going to just color in the other pumpkin. Then I'm going to blow on it and stamp. Okay, that's much better. As you can tell, I tried to do it earlier, and I did it with crumb cake, and it just was not dark enough. So I'm going to take my aqua pen, and now I'm just going to use a block to color these in. I did this on Wednesday's video as well. So I'm just going to go in here like this. Then I'm going to go into my soft suede, and I'm going to color in my pumpkin. Also going to color in the stem, and I'll do that for this one as well. And then wash that off. I'm going to bring in my Cajun Craze, rinse that off. And now I'm just going to come in and color this pumpkin. And you just kind of use quick strokes because you don't want to stay on the water or on the paper with the water for very long. You don't want the fabric to break down. And if you get out of the lines, it's not a big deal because we're going to cut it out with the die cuts. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and stamp the inside of our card, which I'm going to do with Cajun Craze. And what I want to do with this is I want to use my large leaf. I'm going to stamp off one time, and then I'm just going to stamp right in the middle of it. And then I'm going to put my sentiment in Pretty Peacock in the middle of that flower. And my sentiment is going to say, "So glad to have you in my life." Isn't that pretty? So let's put our card together. You know how sometimes your brain just doesn't work like you think it should? Well, today's one of those days. And so I stamped the wrong inside of the card. So I'm going to have to do that all over again. But It's okay. I am not fretting it. This is going to go, I'm going to do it just the opposite this time. And so I'm going to place the checked side down and the feather side up. Make sure that that's all aligned and the edges are even all the way around. Scoot up just a little bit there, I think. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Yep, there we go. Okay. Then the next layer that goes on is your pretty peacock. Okay, so basically I messed up. And thankfully, this is the second time I messed up. Thankfully, it's not too late. So I don't know why I keep forgetting to do this. This is my card. I don't know why I keep forgetting it. But the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to, before you put the designer series paper down, you're going to take your strip that is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, I believe, and it's scored at 1 1/2, and you're going to go ahead and score it and place it right across your paper, and then you glue this on top. Okay, so just ignore that first thing that I did, and know that I am human and fallible and make mistakes just like everybody out there. It's just I record mine and I don't edit them out always. So all right, so this piece is 3 inches by 11 and it is scored at 5 1/2. It's going to go down next. So we're going to place this right on top of this next piece of designer series paper. And it is also the full length of the card. So we're going to place that like that. Make sure we got our margins fairly even. And we're just going to lay it down like that. Then we're going to place our designer series paper on top of that. Love those feathers. But I love this check pattern as well. It's like I said, when I first saw these colors, I just was not, I was not loving it. But I love it now. I'm having so much fun playing with all these beautiful colors. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to incorporate some of this pretty peacock color into the design of my fall decorations this year. Okay, so now we can go ahead and put our band across the top. Like so. There we go. Now we can do the inside, and I'm going to have to stamp that over again since I did it on the wrong thing, but that's okay. So again, I'm just going to stamp up that very large leaf, and then I'm just going to stamp off one time and stamp it in the middle. And it didn't stamp perfectly, but I'm okay with that too. It's kind of variegated looking, and I do like that about it. And you know how leaves tend to break away whenever they're turning and falling? So I'll put that little sentiment right there, right square in the middle of it. Then I'm going to glue this down inside my card. I'm just going to make sure that those borders are matching as well. There we go. And I think it might be a little bit longer, but you know what I'll do? I'll just take my scissors and I'll go across the bottom and trim it. Just like that. I think I've picked up some adhesive here and there. I have to get my gum eraser with it. All right, and so now we're just going to adhere our cute little bubbles on there, and we're going to use dimensionals to do that. I think since let's see. I think since this is larger and I'd offset it a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and do that one on the left and do this one over here on the other side. let's see. I really shouldn't have done that quite as off as I did, but we'll do it like that. And we'll go like that on this side. And what I'll do is I have some embellishments I can place on it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did instead of placing an embellishment on it was I found some leaves that I had cut out from a project that I did on Saturday. And I slipped these back over a little closer in, and I put a leaf under that. And I love how that turned out. Then I'm going to just take off, the last thing I'm going to do is just take off a glue dot, and I'm just going to place it right here on the back side. And when you roll it in your fingers, it takes some of the sticky off. You just put it there on the back side, and then it just glues in place. Isn't that fabulous? And it is such a fun and pretty card. Look at that. It's different. The color, the pattern, the design is the same, but the way I did the colors, it was different. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Anyway, fun folds are so fun, and I hope this inspires you to come up with your own fun folds. Look on Pinterest. That's where I find a lot of good, really great ideas for things. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will make a fun fold of your own. And I hope as fall comes in, you have wonderful fall holidays. If you enjoyed this card, I hope that you will just hit subscribe and ring the bell, and then you'll get notice of future videos. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day.